जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन। यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन। यमुना तीर वनचारी। यमुना तीर वनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Rama Jaya Radha Madan Mohan Radha Madan Mohan Radhe Jaya Jaya Jagannath Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Jaya Gauranitai 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 Jaya Gauranitai Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 निताय गौर प्रेमानंद हरि बोल। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य स्तोत्र चरणारिंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। इस्कॉन प्रतिष्ठाता आचार्य श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य स्तोत्र तथा भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर गोस्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नमाचल श्रीदास ठाकुर की जय। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वती व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 8, Text 9. We'll recite the text and we'll read the translation and purport given by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, and we'll discuss on. Aho kashtam bhrashtoham atmavata manupatadyad vimukta samasta sangasya vivikta punyaranya saranashyatmavat atmani sarve samatmanam Bhagavati Vasudeve Tadanusravan Manana Sankirtana Radhana Nusmarana Biyoge Na Sunya Sakala Yamena. कालेन समावेशितं समाहितं कार्ष्णेन मनस्तत्तु पुनर्ममा बुधश्या रान्मृत्सुतमनो परिसुस्त्राव. So it's very difficult to sing in a routine way. So very long. If anybody wants to try. Okay. So I will read word to word meaning. Aho custom. Alas, what a miserable condition of life. Rashta, fallen. Aham, I am. Atmavatam, of great devotees who have achieved perfection. Anupathat, from the way of life. Yat, from which. Vimukasamasta sangasya, although having given up the association of my real sons and home. Vivikta, solitary. Punya aranya, of a sacred forest. Saranasya, who had taken shelter. Atmavatah, of one who had become perfectly situated on the transcendental platform. Atmani, in the super soul. Sarvesam, of all. Atmanam, living entities. Bhagavati, unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Vasudeve, Lord Vasudeva. Tat, of him. Anusravana, constantly hearing. Manana, thinking. Sankirtana, chanting. Aradhana, worshipping. Anusmarana, constantly remembering. Abhiyogena, by absorption in. Asunya, filled. Sakalayamena, in which all the hours. Kalena, by time. Samavesitam, fully established. Samahitam, fixed. Karsnena, totally. Manaha, the mind in such a situation. Tat, that mind. Tu, but. Punaha, again. Mama, of me. Abuddhasya, a great fool. Arata, from a great distance. Mragasutam, the son of a deer. Anu, being affected by. Parisusrabaha, fell down. Translation. In the body of a deer, Bharat Maharaj began to lament, what misfortune! I have fallen from the path of the self-realized. I have, I have, I gave up my real sons, wife, and home to advance in spiritual life, and I took shelter in a solitary holy place in the forest. I became self controlled and self realized, and I engaged constantly in devotional service, hearing, thinking, chanting, worshipping, and remembering the Supreme Personality of Godhead Vasudeva. I was successful in my attempt, so much so that my mind was always absorbed in devotional service. However, due to my personal foolishness, my mind again became attached, this time to a deer. Now I have obtained the body of a deer and have fallen far from my devotional practices. Purport. Due to his stringent execution of devotional service, Maharaj Bharat could remember the activities of his past life and how he was raised to the spiritual platform. Due to his foolishness, he became attached to an insignificant deer and thus fell down and had to accept the body of a deer. This is significant for every devotee. If we misuse our position and think that we are fully engaged in devotional service and can do whatever we like, we have to suffer like Bharat Maharaj. and be condemned to accept the type of body hmm, that impairs our devotional service. Only the human form is able to execute devotional service. But if we voluntarily give this up for sense gratification, we certainly have to be punished. This punishment is not exactly like that endured by an ordinary materialistic person. By the grace of the Supreme Lord, a devotee is punished in such a way that his eagerness to attain the lotus feet of Lord Vasudeva is increased. By his intense desire, he returns home in the next lifetime. Devotional service is very completely described here. Tad anusravana, manana, sankirtana, aradhana, anusmarana, abhiyogena. The constant hearing and chanting of the glories of the Lord is recommended in Bhagavad Gita. Satatam kirtayanto maham yatantascha dridhavrata. Those who have taken to Krishna consciousness should be very careful that not a single moment is wasted, and that and that not a single moment is spent without chanting and remembering the Supreme Personality of Godhead in Jai Kiti. Shri Radha Madan Mohan ki jai, Shri Gaur Nitai ki jai, Jagannath Baldev Subhadra jai. By his own actions and by the actions of his devotees, Krishna teaches us how to become cautious in devotional service. Through the medium of Bharat Maharaj, Krishna teaches us that we must be careful in the discharge of devotional service. If we want to keep our mind completely fixed without deviation, we must engage them in devotional service full time. As far as the members of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness are concerned, they have sacrificed everything to push on this Krishna conscious movement. Yet they must take a lesson from the life of Bharat Maharaj to be very cautious and to see that not a single moment is wasted in frivolous talk, sleep, or voracious eating. Eating is not prohibited, but if we eat voraciously, we shall certainly sleep more than required. Sense gratification ensues, and we may be degraded to lower life form. In that way, our spiritual progress may be checked at least for the time being. The best course is to take the advice of Srila Rupa Goswami, Avyartha Kalatvam. We should see that every moment of our lives is utilized for the rendering of devotional service and nothing else. This is the secure position for one wanting to return home back to God. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanasalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Tapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya Eva Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्री Hare Krishna. By taking the blessing and seeking the blessings, all the Vaishnavas here, and I would like to do my service given to me so that we can become more interested in Krishna consciousness. If so, please forgive me if I'm not up to the standard of speaking. Thank you very much. So we can see here. So Bharat Maharaj, this is the character of Bharat Maharaj. Bharat Maharaj is not an ordinary personality. He is the son of our Bharat Maharaj. I'm just forget. Yes. So he's a great king, and he ruled the entire universe, and that is called Bharat Varsh. Name has come by his name only, and he's a glorious king. And here it is mentioned that he left. He ruled very nicely, and also is very self-realized on the path of Krishna consciousness. And after fulfilling his duties, he gave up sons, wife, home, advance to practice spiritual life, and he also took shelter in solitary place. He went to a forest, and he was very self-controlled, self-realized, and he was constantly engaged in devotional service. That is hearing, thinking, chanting, worshipping, remembering uh, Supreme Personality of Godhead Vasudeva. So he was glorious. His life was completely glorious. And but unfortunately, uh, uh, he got attached to a deer when he was practicing Krishna consciousness, and just by at the end of the life, by remembering him, he left his body, so he got body of deer actually, and in the body of deer he is speaking here, and and we see here Prabhupada in purport mentioning his stringent execution of devotional service in past life, because he is now present in the animal life of deer life. And when he was king, he was practiced very vigorously and stringent, and because of that past practices, he got the memory of past life in this life, as in the deer, as a deer, which is not ordinary. Even as a human, we cannot remember our past life. But in the animal life, remember, not an easy thing. Because this is called, he was on a high spiritual platform. And, but due to attachment to insignificant deer, had to accept the body of deer. This is, you see, even elevated to such a high position also, he got attachment. So, we can see in Bhagavad Gita also, Antakale cha mameva smarana muktva kaleram saprayati sa madbhavam yati nastirsya asansaya. At the end of the life, Antakale cha mameva smarana muktva, if one leaves the body, and with whatever consciousness he is in, he get to that consciousness actually. Ayam vyam vapi smaran bhavam tyajatyante kaleram tam tame veti konteya sada tad bhava bhavita. As yeah, so yam vyam vapi smaran bhavam tyaj. So when he leaves the body, whatever consciousness is, that is the same. And he says that's why that's tasma sarvesu kalesu mam anusmarit. How we can remember Lord at the end of life? Unless we practice throughout the life. That's the point is there. So mayyarpita mano buddhi mameva eshyasi asansaya, doubtlessly, without doubt, will get to Krishna, we get Krishna consciousness, we get to the abode of Krishna actually. So this and greatness of Bharat Maharaj, that he was not an ordinary stage, it is the Bhava stage. Bhava stage is a very long stage. We see now Adau Shraddha, we'll have little faith and what is called. And when we do association sadhu sangha and do practices of bhajana kriya, devotional service, then our anartha, unwanted, our desires, unwanted, our expectations, undesirable expectation, undesirable interest, and not wanting to serve a Lord, that all the things we are carrying from so many lifetimes, it goes away actually. Anartha nivritti it is called. Ado Shraddha Sadhu Sangha Bhajan Kriya Anartha nivritti. Then we become nishthavan. Determination comes to us. Nishtha. Then come taste, ruchi. And then we become attached to Ashakti, Lord. And then bhava. Then this bhava comes. Then which we now and present situation, we forgot our feelings for Lord. And we have developed different feelings in us actually. We have developed a separated mentality, and that's why we are now we see Lord as a stranger, not as our own attached way. We are not able to see, actually. So bhava, and then the next is prema. That is the process of Krishna consciousness is given by Rupa Goswami ji actually, and this is also explained in different context also in our nectar of instruction. Text 8 also. Sravana dasa, Varana dasa, Smarana dasa actually. So, by hearing, just now we are hearing, we'll accept the things, Varana. And then we start remembering actually. The remembrance also happen on a different level. First we will recollect it. Again we have to do everyday chanting so that we recollect. Yes, I am Lord, I am yours, you are mine, and that way we have to recollect. Then we have to absorption, we have to get absorption, and after that absorption we have to meditate upon it actually. Meditate upon it. And then constant remembrance comes, that is called anusmarana. Here it is given in this how the things are happening here actually. Tadanu Sravana, Manana, Sankirtana, Aradhana, the worshipping the Lord, Anusmarana, that is the stage, Abhiyogena, Anusmarana. And after that one come to a trance stage where continuously absorbed, constantly absorbed actually. Samadhi, that is called. Then we get Sampatti, that is called our real wealth, prema of Krishna actually. That is called a perfectional stage actually. And Bharat Maharaj was just bhava stage, not reached to the prema stage. Almost very, very advanced stage. And that is what Krishna consciousness is. Krishna bhavana. That is what we are supposed to be, have to reach to Krishna bhavana stage actually. So, and Lord also says in Bhagavad Gita, Neha vikramana sosti pratyavayo na vidyate swalpamapi asya dharmasya trayate bhayat, mahato bhayat. So, Lord says in Bhagavad Gita, little we do, neha vikarmana stosi pratyavayo na vidyate swalpam api asya. If we do little also, then trayato mahato bhayat, will be get free from a very great danger that will not get the at least lower species, lower bodies of animal. By doing little, we are assured actually. That is what Prabhupada explains, that we'll get. But here, what is this unfair thing is happening with the Lord? Bharat Maharaj? No, not unfair actually. What is there? Because Bharat Maharaj is been seen, Ananyas chintayanto mam ye jana paryupasate tesam nityabhyuktanam yoga kshemam vahamyam. That is another place Lord give assurance. Even if we think always Ananyas chintayanto mam, always thinking chintayanto mam, ye jana paryupasate, paryupasate, always is always in upasana, pari, in the Lord's upasana, paryupasate. Tesam nityabhyuktanam, always, dear Prabhupada, satatam kirtayanto mam, ye jana satatam kirtayanto mam yatantascha dridavrata, with a determination he was practicing. So what happens? Yoga kshemam vaham, Lord will take care of that devotee. So here it is not that why Bharat Maharaj has got the deer body. No, it was under control of Lord actually. He is controlling the Bharat. He is under. That is called Lord's internal energy, we can say. Lord's Krapa Drish, Lord's mercy. He was under Lord's mercy. Constant mercy. So, but in this world, padam padam yat vipadam natesam. Every step there is a danger. When we'll get deviated, when we'll get distracted, we don't know actually what happens actually. And when, because material hankering, material lamentation, attachment, material attachment, material aversion, slight forgetting our constitutional position, Maya will catch us. Very stringent law of nature is working here. Unless we have a stringent execution of devotional service, it's very, very difficult. Stringent is there. So, law of nature is very hard actually. As I say, na mukti tva anyata rupam swarupena vyavastiti. Unless we situated in our own swarupa, jivera swarupa, Krishna and Nityadas, till that time we are not assured what will happen in between actually. If we are careless, here Prabhupada says no. If we are careless, anything happen anywhere actually. So liberation is the permanent situation. Liberation is not that we are merging into Brahman or merging into that. That is not liberation. What is the real definition of liberation is permanent situation of the form of the living entity after he gives up this changeable gross and subtle body. When he gives up his body gross, which is made of 5 elements, and then subtle bodies, 3 elements, mana, buddhi, ahankar. This is also said no, panchatattva, bhumi, rapo, nalo, ayu, kham, mano, buddhi, revacha, ahankar, ityam me, vinna prakriti rastada. This is the body. When give up, we'll get our real body. After giving up this gross and subtle material body, we'll get our spiritual body actually, living, and he gives up. So that is the situation. Till that time, if we get, we are, we have to be very careful. That is what is mentioned here. So, if the situation of Bharat Maharaj is like that, what will be our situation? After reaching to that stage, even though the Lord is controlling, that is the benefit actually. As we reach to its advanced stage, and we will become under the Lord's direct control. At least we have to try to reach to that stage actually. So what is the significant for devotee? Prabhupada explained in this. Misuse of our position. We get, once we practice Krishna consciousness, we get to some position. We are called devotees. Sometimes Bhagavatas. We'll get appreciation, everything. And we feel that yes, I'm something a great person. So then misuse can happen actually anytime. This is a risk we are carrying in practice of Krishna consciousness. Think fully engaged in devotional service. We think that we are fully engaged in devotional service. I am fully engaged. This thinking also make us, there's a risk, there's a thinking. And can do whatever we like. These 3 things Prabhupada mentioned. I can do, because now I am practicing Krishna consciousness. I can do whatever I like actually, we like. So, Prabhupada says, how to suffer like Bharat Maharaj. But not like Bharat Maharaj. We may not be remembering if we go to animal life. Because unless we reach to Baba stage, we don't know whether we remember the past life or not. It is only Bharat Maharaj remembering. That is greatness. So we cannot assume that I will also remember. Even now also we are not able to remember, even in human life, what to speak about that. So that risk is sense gratification at the cost of devotional service to be punished. That is the rule. If you do at the cost of devotional service. This is a word used, no. There's a, when it happens, avyartha kalatvam. Then we use vyarth kalam. When we pass the time in vyarth, means just useless. And now the Kali Yuga is so flourished, and it has given us a device in hand to you pass the time uselessly. Very danger device has come to in our hand actually, to use it uselessly. Avyartha kalatvam. Very caution has been given by Prabhupada here. So so what is our situation? We will not be punished like that. Oh, Bharat Maharaj, where will be sent? What will happen? Because Bharat Maharaj is self-controlled and self-realized. And that's why his situation is different. First of all, we have to think whether we are self-realized or self-controlled. Situation is there to us or not. And engage constantly in devotional service. Three things are mentioned here of Bharat Maharaj. So in what way we are assured that how we have to check our progress, evaluate our progress ongoing way actually. It depends upon our status of spiritual consciousness at that whatever, because everything it depends on our spiritual consciousness. And the path of spiritual consciousness, as this Shraddha to Prema is there is a bhava. At every stage there is a bhava. We are doing here devotional service. We be doing service or with mood of service. That is the call. Seva bhav. Unless we come to seva bhav, we have not started the feelings actually. That is called. And then seva bhav, we have to move to samarpan bhav. And from samarpan bhav, we have to move to sevak bhav actually. And from sevak bhav, we can move to asakta bhav. We can attach to Lord. And then viraha bhav, we feel that, oh, I am away from Lord. And then we'll reach to prema bhav. Is all our bhava only actually. And unless we reach, and this bhava will be built only by always praying to the Lord in a very humble, simple and grateful manner. Gratitude makes our attitude actually. It build our bhava, develop our spiritual feelings. Without gratitude, spiritual feelings won't come. And for to come to spiritual feeling, we have to have humble and simple heart actually. Without that, and cultivate that gratitude in a dynamic manner. Then just like dutifully gratefully dutiful, and gratefully truthful, and gratefully regretful, gratefully repentful, gratefully rectify, gratefully reinstate, and gratefully faithful, gratefully surrender, and truthfully grateful we have to become. Then only we can say, yes, our bhava is continuously, we are able to maintain it actually. Till that time, it's not possible actually. So, that is because you are already offended Lord, and offended Lord, and our relation is spoiled, and after spoiled we became wild. And how can we become mild, you tell me? This is very difficult part. Very. Our relationship is already spoiled completely, and we forgot Lord. We developed separatist mentality and became wild also. How can we say I am wild? We are feeling so much enviousness in heart. That is, wildness is there actually. That is what called wildness. Otherwise, why should be envious of anyone actually? They are not. And from the wildness, we have to become mild. So humble. Very big gap is there actually. And and what is the course for offender? Offender has to surrender first, then only talk. Nothing, no bottom line. Actually, first offender has to surrender. No, I'm doing devotional service. Justification is there. No justification. Only correction. All round correction. Dynamic corrections. Even at Bharat Maharaj is taking corrections. And Parikshit Maharaj taking corrections. At every stage, correction of that stage is there actually. And at our stage, we have to do all-round corrections. Many corrections are there actually. Dynamic. No justification, no reasoning. Why it is happening to me? Why this problem is to me? No complaint, no competition, no no complaining, no competition, no comparing, nothing actually. Only corrections are required actually. Then only with the dynamic corrections we can have a hope to move forward actually. That is, and otherwise otherwise our chanting will become mechanical and ritualistic. We can check how the things are going on actually, and we materially and spiritually will be disturbed. Even our Prabhupada has taken the correction. When once in somewhere in the western countries, when yagya was being performed, and for so the fruits, Prabhupada asked for fruit to give ahuti in the yagya. So some apple, some fruit is required to be given. And devotee thought that Prabhupada wants to eat fruit. So he washed the fruit and was cutting the fruit, and it was getting late, and Prabhupada became little angry. Please bring so fast. So some devotee was sitting here. So when Prabhupada became angry, chant and be happy. So Prabhupada started chanting, started making corrections. In him. Means he had not been. So if you even sometimes what happen, corrections come from lower side. No, we ignore it. Oh, why it is coming? But that correction is there for us actually. We have to take it there. Otherwise, why the person has to tell like that actually? But we ignore that. Oh, you are to correct me actually. That is not. All round correction means from anywhere arrows are coming or anything coming, we have to be ready for corrections actually. Then that make our life very progressive in Krishna consciousness. So all will be, then we can always be in the mood service attitude. Our mood will be as we have to be always learner. We should not always think. Even if a preacher, we are at the same time we are learner. Each one teach one at that same time. Teach ourselves. Each one teach one. And while something is there, and we have to teach ourselves also. Continuous teaching is learning is there. Not that I am now perfect. I am learned. No. I can be preacher. I can be teacher. I can be any situation. Any situation. But I am still a practitioner. I am a practitioner actually. So ready for corrections. That is why. That is why he is ready for. What is his day? Aho custom. Aho brashto. This is what it says. Oh Allah, what a miserable condition of life. I am fallen. He's ready. He's ready to take corrections. Not that, oh, why does I practice so much? Then it is called demanding mercy. No, mercy cannot be demanded. Lord is independent. When he wants to give, he will give. We have to just a beggar beggar of mercy. That's all. There is nothing like that we can command. There is some people say, if you do like that, Krishna has to do like that. No, that condition is not applicable. If we are following the mercy process, not our demanding process, because that is the point is there actually. So, Lord is independent. So, that's why we should not be puffed up at any point of time in our practices. Always at the mercy of Bhagavan and Bhagavatas. Mercy of Bhagavan is causeless. Mercy of Bhagavata is descending mercy. Both mercy is required to remain in proper situation. Otherwise, we will be in soup. Actually, we think, oh, Lord's mercy is there. No, Bhagavata's mercy. Lord is working in a joint venture. It's a team working is there actually. That's we have to know actually. So, and correction, so that is mercy we get like from them. But correction come from any side. Lower side, left, right, top, bottom, any side corrections may come. We have to be ready for corrections actually. So, so Lord is independent. He is very significant. He is all powerful, all merciful. He is all powerful. He is all merciful. And He is infallible. He never fail. Then we see in Bhagavad Gita also. What is called Achyuta. Lord, one name is Achyut. It never falls. And the contrary, then we have to foolishly think that I am powerful, I am giving mercy to others to bring it. No, I have to be only transparent via media too. That's all. I cannot be that my mercy is good. Because of my mercy, I have to no. Transparent via media. That is what is important is there. So I am not powerful. I am not doer. I am not independent. I am dependent. I am not significant. I am insignificant. It just says I am so insignificant, because unless we are feel insignificant, we cannot speak like this actually. And also we are fallible at any moment. That's all. This only Lord is like that actually. So Bharat Maharaj lamenting is a spiritual lamentation. Spiritual lamentation. Aho kashtam brashto aham. So, and he says, I am fallen. Mam abuddhasya. I am fallen and I am foolish also. Such a person is accepting, I am fallen, I am foolish. If that mood we carry, we always be protected. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has given us the same thing. Ainanda tanuja kinkaram patitam maam visume bhavambudo krapaya tava pada pankaja stita dhuli sadrisam vichintaya. That is, it can be understood like that. Even though it is a begging for mercy, hey Lord, I am your eternal servant, but presently I am fallen. Fallen. Patitam maam visme bhavam. Kripaya, please be merciful. Tava pada pankaja sthita dhuli, please consider me a dust particle at your lotus feet. Kripaya tava pada pankaja sthita dhuli sadrisa, just like dust particle, please consider me as a dust particle actually. This is the mood actually. If we want to understand in different way, we can ask question, have I become Kinkaram? No, I am fallen. That's all. One question is sufficient for us. If we say that I become Kinkaram, and what is the state of Kinkaram? Kinkaram stage is very, very high stage. Is 24/7 is in the service of Lord, pleasing to the Lord. He is always doing Kankariam of the Lord. That is called Kinkaram. Is a Sevaka. We Seva Bhav, after that Samarpan Bhav, after that Sevak Bhav. Sevak Bhav itself is a very high stage, is not in. Without surrender, Sevak Bhav is not possible. Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's. Because Samarpan Bhav, na dhanam na janam na sundarim kavitam va jagadisha kamaye mama janmani janmani sware bhavtat bhakti rahetu ki tvai. Just, if a person is not surrendered, he cannot speak like that. And that before that, that's why first is called determination. Nishthavan. For becoming Nishthavan and developing Seva Bhav, Trinadapi Sunichena Tarorapi Saisnuna Manina Manadena Kirtaniya Sada. Then we become determination. Then we do discrimination. What is Satya and Asatya? And give up Asatya and take Satya. And then we recognize the Satya. I am Kinkaram. Without giving up Asatya and without taking up Satya, that Jagadisha Kamaye, that is accepting the Satya, we cannot recognize our constitutional position. And when we recognize, we see, presently I am very fallen. Then has to go. Then only Tava Nama Grahane Bhavishyati. We started checking Nam, but Grahana. We are doing sadhana, but we have to Grahana. Sadhana and initiate we have done. That is also Vaidhi and Raga. And then it is, when we go into, then we Grahana happen. That is called Raganuga. That is called Asakti stage. And Bharat Maharaj was above Asakti stage, Bhava stage. And from Asakti stage, and when we pray from Lord, I am Kenkaram Patitam, Lord, start, then we feel the experience the mercy in our heart. And when we attach to Lord, then Lord award mercy to us. Kripa Prapti. Then Bhava stage means Kripa Siddhi. And Prema stage means Kripa Murti. That is why Krishna Kripa Murti Prabhupada is there. Actually. That is what the stages are there actually. So because always we have to be before Lord to pray, I am fallen, I am foolish. Not only fallen, I am foolish also. Thank you very much. Please forgive me. Just whatever the understanding I got from the inspiration, I spoke. Thank you very much. Any questions, comments?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you for the wonderful class. You're mentioning that the consciousness of Bharat Maharaj was in very high stage, he was in Bhava stage. But you see in the case of Ajamila, he was in Sattvaguna at the age of 25. But the rest 50 to 60 years, he was in a very fallen stage, in Tamoguna. But still he got the Lord's mercy. And in that life itself, he got delivered. So how to understand this?
This Lord's power is there in the name. Nam Namakari Bodha Nija Sarvasakti. Even though when he chanted, so he was chanted Lord's name, and it is also said that after chanting in a humble mood actually, because that we want, why is chanted only for that Yamadutas came, but in the utter that situation, the consciousness in which he has chanted. So we have to think, are we chanting in that upper helplessness? So what is given? He has given the opportunity to chant more. That's all. And he perfected his life and taken it seriously and perfected his life. That's all. So the name is so powerful. And we cannot, one thing more is there. Lord is independent. To whom he want to give mercy is his choice. Who are we to ask him? That is also another way of understanding. He knows better than us. We see, who can check everyone's heart, you tell me. After hearing the story, what was going in his heart, can we understand? But because our acharyas explained, we have understood. And much more than Lord understand, no? That is what is there. Lord wants to give. Who can stop? He can give the putna, anything, any stage, anywhere. Oh, you, how it's possible? That means we are questioning Lord. What adhikar we have to question Lord? That is the first question. We lost the adhikar to question the Lord. Where is the question of asking question to the Lord? Whatever Lord. But one thing is the Lord is all merciful. Lord is not like that, oh, he is not, he blasphemed me or he is this, so I will also take revenge. That is what we understand. Lord is not like that actually. Lord's nature is, that is why Yamnachar one sloka says, no, Vasi Vadanyo Gunavan Riju Suchi Mradur Dayalu Madura Stira Sama Kriti Kritagyastvamasi Swabhavata Samasta Kalyana Guna Mrto Dadi. He is a Samasta Kalyana Guna. He always sees welfare of other. Swamasi Swabhavata. His nature is like that. And all qualities are mentioned. He is such a Vasi controller that out of the love of other, he get himself controlled by others. That is, his nature is like this. Kriti Kritagya, he is grateful for any small service we do to the do for Lord. He remembers. That is called remembrance. Without Kriti Kritagya, Without Kritagya, no remembrance. Smarana and Smarana also recollection, absorption, meditation, and constant remembrance, and then trance, and all these things cannot happen actually unless we are grateful to whatever situation we are in. At present situation, we have to get. So thank you, Lord. You have given us such an opportunity. I'm so fallen. I'm so foolish. Still, by your causeless mercy, you have given your name to make our life perfect. What more is required actually? But this is not there, that is not there, this problem, complaint, this, this there. So many things are there. Yes.
So it is like what Bhishmadev says, Prabhu. No one can understand the plan of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Even philosophers, if they can speculate, they cannot understand the plan. So we have to understand it like that. So that,
Yes. First of all, you have to understand what position we are. We are elevating ourselves prematurely. We are fast forwarding our situation actually. We are self-promoting ourselves by taking, oh, I became a devotee. It's not the situation. Still, after Bhava stage, he is telling, I am foolish, I am fallen. On what stage we are, then there is a question of that I am not fallen and I am foolish. There is no question. Sorry. Whatever I have been learned, I have learned from my seniors. I'm speaking it. I'm not. I'm also a very struggling person, but we have to have proper understanding. At least, even we struggle, we have to do what is called necessary struggle. Otherwise, we'll be always in. We will be unnecessary struggle. That is the real part. Whether I am doing necessary struggle or unnecessary struggle. Struggle we have to. We have to do necessary struggle. I have my relationship with Krishna is my supreme wealth. We think Krishna prema is supreme wealth. First, relationship is not in order. First, correct, maintain, have the proper relationship without having anything in between us. Then we can think of prema. So what is called? It is Prabhupada. Last time I have given the Bhagavatam, Prabhupada Lilamar. Then when one devotee asked when he was getting initiated, I have given. So I told, Prabhupada, what is my eternal relationship with Krishna? I am a Sakha, I am a Vatsalya Bhava. Prabhupada said, don't jump. What say? Don't jump. First be servitude relationship, then afterwards, then gradually having by the devotee association, and gradually you will realize. That was the answer given by Prabhupada. Right? Anything else? Thank you very much. Please forgive me for my offenses. Thank you.